First Defense dispatches free emergency defense attorneys to anyone in Chicago police custody through the hotline 1-800-LAW-REP-4. We also teach and develop leadership for street law awareness and skills around the right to counsel and against self-incrimination. We advance grassroots coalitions and campaigns for increased equality, fairness, and accountability in our juvenile and criminal justice systems and beyond. We help prevent false confessions and wrongful convictions, document evidence of police misconduct, and lessen Illinois' disproportionate minority confinement.
First Defense started in 1995 as the police custody hotline.
First Defense Legal Aid, in addition to facilitating Know Your Legal Rights workshops and teaching people about their constitutional rights, particularly those rights under the 4th, 5th, and 6th Amendment, what we also do is we run a 24-hour police custody hotline.
First Defense Legal Aid is an important organization that combines what community individuals do and what lawyers do. What we do is we bring individuals together who should know their rights, but then we bring that action together by providing attorneys who represent them at the police station, individuals who can go at the point of crisis. When individuals are arrested, they're able to come together and have someone there with them at the police station.
How many of you guys have been harassed by the police?
Plenty of time. They hit me with their ability. I have personally used FDLA.
Not only have I used First Defense Legal Aid for some of my mentees, but I've also used it for myself. A few years back, I got arrested.
I actually have not used their services, but I do tell everybody about them.
As it turns out, of course, because of the demographics of Chicago and most cities, what we're talking about is providing lawyers to people of color and poor people as soon as possible after they're arrested.
How many of you guys have been arrested by the police? How many of you guys know someone that was arrested by the police?
Everybody here, your own mama been arrested.
When we do find the client, if they haven't been charged yet, we rush down to the police station and we try our best to get in to see the person. I can't imagine not being able to find my brother or one of my nieces or nephews, and that's the importance of what the hotline does. We let the community know where people are.
A democratic society would have most of the citizens be informed as to what they should do in certain situations.
The stats are out there, right? Once you go to jail, you have more chances of going back and getting deeper into the system.
There are 3 specific areas that it can affect you. It can affect where you live, where you go to college, and where you work.
The 1-800 number connects the community and attorneys in a way that people who don't have that economic advantage in life will be able to assert their rights in a way that individuals who are economically advantaged are.
The opportunity to assert your rights under the 4th Amendment, the 5th Amendment, and the 6th Amendment is really meaningless unless you have a lawyer present.
So if anyone gets arrested or taken into custody by the Chicago police, you can call our hotline. The number is 1-800-LAW-REP-4. We're going to give each of you cards with the number on it. You can call our hotline 24/7, 365, and we will provide free legal representation.
There you have volunteer lawyers and law students in some instances who are willing to get up in the middle of the night, go to police stations, and help people assert their constitutional rights. So it's really about equality. Providing the same constitutional protections to poor people that people with resources already have. And that's why the organization is so important and so critical.
What we're trying to help you with might not help you out with the police, it will help you out when and if it goes to trial. So what you do with the police really strongly affects how your case is handled when it gets to the court system. So although the benefit temporarily might not be there for you, it will definitely pay off in the longer run. It's not fair, it's hard, but you have to think long term in these situations. Because a minute with the police can result in major jail time.
Good advice that the lawyer from First Defense Legal Aid told me was that the only way to outthink the police in them types of situations, because you can't out-talk them. And the only way to outthink them is to stay quiet, wait till your attorney gets there, wait till First Defense Legal Aid gets there and talk to them. And that was some solid advice. As simple as it sounded, it's solid advice, man.
It's always better to say, I prefer not to make a statement. I prefer to have my Fifth Amendment right asserted until you've had an opportunity to speak with a lawyer and collect your thoughts, and then you can make a more intelligent decision as to whether you should make a statement or not.
If you're being detained, what you should say at this point is, I will not talk. I want my lawyer. Yeah, you can say my attorney, right? Okay, can we all say I will not talk, I want my lawyer together? I will not talk, I want my lawyer.
A lot of times people think that if they're innocent, they should make statements to the police, but we've had cases where that is boomeranged on people. Because you have to remember, when you're under arrest, you're in a crisis situation, and you're not always thinking clearly. And your memory is affected by the crises that you're under.
The police might not remember your testimony with 100% accuracy. So when they are in court talking about what happened, they might misremember, and that could be used against you. And ultimately, the police officer might think that your answers were false, and that's suspicious, and that could be used against you. It's best to remain silent.
I've had a number of clients where I've actually walked out of the police station because they didn't testify against themselves and the police had no other physical evidence.
Because the Supreme Court has said that the police can use trickery and they're allowed to lie to you, because of that, you have no idea what the police are, which things they're telling you are true and which aren't, and you're not going to know. That is stuff for your lawyer to figure out and to work with you, and that all of that is going to sort itself out down the road in court if they end up charging you.
The case where I and another friend were arrested for observing the police was thrown out. And it was thrown out because we called for advice from FDLA. Many people are not taught as to what to exactly do when confronted with the police and other sorts of things here in our communities in big cities and other places. FDLA definitely helps people and informs them of those particular things.
One thing that you want to take away is the importance of knowing your rights, being respectful when you're asserting them, but also in knowing that you have the right to have an attorney, and this process puts some teeth into that right.
The business cards, pamphlets that tell you what to do when the police mess with you, and again, FDLA isn't the first, but they're the first organized service within a big city that was able to do that.
I heard of FDLA because of a big poster that was posted at my job. That's how I first found out about it.
We're working on trying to do a better job of promoting it. The staff goes into the community, talks to people. We're available to come and do public education, seminars on street law, how to interact with the police.
I'm a social worker. We work with kids, we work with youth, we work with adults. I work with ex-offenders. So having this, in our armor, this organization in our armor is a powerful thing. It's helpful. And I urge, people that are working in the community, again, get a hold of First Defense Legal Aid, find out about them, get in the website, look them up, call them, ask questions, even have them come into your community, into your office, have a seminar or some type of conference where even the social workers know the rights that they have themselves.
We were trained on what to do when confronted. You keep your hands where people can see them. You observe police from a certain distance away. You talk calmly. You don't start a lot of stuff.
The importance of the volunteer attorneys are that they are able to testify for those individuals to show the importance of protecting their rights at the police station.
There are always plenty of volunteer opportunities in terms of public education and educating their peers about their constitutional rights for young people, middle-aged people, and old people.
I really appreciate the fact that people with the legal type discipline have taken the skills that they've learned, because these skills actually come from regular people. Legal theory actually comes from people out in the world going through life and coming into different circumstances, and that stuff is compiled. The information comes from us, everyone in society. People at FDLA are actually giving back this sort of information so we can make informed decisions and really be the citizens we're supposed to be in this society. So I appreciate the fact that people who are privy to that information are giving back